One of the places that I would direct new researchers to is the Getting Started section of our website. It has the most pertinent information within that section, and it provides a general walkthrough of how students or new researchers should start to approach their application. So within that section, there's a piece called the Submission Prep Checklist. It's in that Getting Started section. The checklist walks investigators through items they should address before they submit their application. It talks about the application submission process itself, the screening and review process, as well as post-approval responsibilities. So it's just a general checklist that goes through step by step and reminds subjects. So for example, before you start your application, you should have human subjects protection training. It goes through and gives little pieces of advice like that. Additionally, within that same section, there is a video titled UK IRB Getting Started, and it kind of walks through the whole research process and the IRB application process in a fairly concise manner. Some other pieces or places I would point researchers to on our website, there's a section called What Needs IRB Review. And this will help them determine, if their application will need IRB review or whether or not they should submit a non-human subjects research determination form. It's worth noting that, most human subjects research that is being done for a dissertation or thesis will require IRB review here. The other thing I would recommend is students never make the call themselves whether or not their research needs IRB review. It's always recommended that if you think it doesn't need IRB review, you turn in that non-human subjects research determination form, because you'll get verification from somebody at our office or an IRB member stating, this is either, is non-human subjects research, therefore IRB review is not required, or if it does, they will point you in the right direction and tell you, okay, this is going to be exempt research. You need to submit an exempt application under this specific category. They'll give you advice. Another section on our website that's very helpful is the IRB Survival Handbook, specifically the IRB guidance from A to Z. This section has information on almost any topic. So if you're wanting to do research with vulnerable subjects, there's a section on that. If you're wanting to do research with international sites, there's some information on that. There's information on pretty much any topic. The last thing that I would like to point students to is once they log into EIRB, there's an EIRB tutorial library. It has a lot of different videos on how to create the application, how to respond to comments, and so forth. But if there's one video that I find that's most helpful that I would really stress that students watch, it would be the Create a New Application video. This video, I think it's somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes long. I know that kind of seems a little long, but when you see the application and see how long the application is itself, the video doesn't seem that bad, and it walks you through step by step. So for example, if a lot of the non-medical students, the HIPAA section is usually not going to apply. And that video has tips on how to help students better fill out the application.